we are going to look at the transport of refrigerated cargo. Food, as you know, must be handled very carefully because of its fragile nature. If there is any contamination, the product can spoil and they can lose its nutrients. For instance, shrimps. If you are not careful and you don't keep it at a certain temperature for a very long time, one evening there is light off for 2 or 3 hours, there's the likelihood that the shrimps can go green. Even though it may not thaw, it will still be heated, in that temperature. By the time it gets to its final destination, for it to be thawed or defrozen, before they go back to use it, it can spoil. So there is a certain amount of temperature that must be maintained in a frozen consignment so that food products will not be susceptible to spoilage, they will not lose their nutrients, they will not contaminate, they will not have changes in color, flavor or odor will be maintained, and even packaging, corrosion and leakages, because when you package and it's caked, but now you are making it and it is not cake, you have a problem. And then in the environmental control of temperature and humidity is also needed to minimize these changes in food quality during transport. So there are no application standards in the country for the carriage of this refrigerated cargo. The shipper's instructions are therefore what usually is followed. So there is an agreement on the international carriage of perishable foodstuffs and on the special equipment to be used for carriage. This is known as the Atp Agreement, after the French initial, derived from Accord Relatif au Transport International de Denrées Périssables et aux engins spéciaux à utiliser pour ces transports, was drawn up by the Inland Transport Committee of the United Nations Economic Committee for Europe in 1970 to 71. Now, this ATP provides a multilateral agreement between signatory countries for overland cross-border carriage of perishable foodstuffs. Its purpose is to facilitate international traffic by setting common internationally recognized standards and to preserve the quality of perishable foodstuffs during the international transport. So the legislation applies exclusively to road transport, or to combination of the two. The ATP also applies to road and rail transport. That includes transport by sea for a distance of maximum 150. The main requirements are with respect to the technical details of the transport means. For instance, the lorries, the trailers, the containers, the wagon, the freight cars, and test requirements to check for these standards for that purpose. So the transport means are divided into classes: ATP classification and specification. You have whether there is any means of cooling, whether there is a refrigerator or an ice bunker, whether there is a simple or a reinforced insulation, and for what temperatures the means of transportation is suitable. So the equipment that must be used should be certified according to the test results, and each agreement certificate, that's the ATP certificate issue, you state the classification under which the equipment is approved. And the ATP code is given to approve vehicles. So the code is as follows. The first letter of that code, if it is 4-letter word, and 4-letter code like 8, 5, 6 or 1, 2, 3, 4. Type 1 of then the first letter means type of cooling or heating unit that is being used. That's the equipment. Then the second one means the degree of insulation. And the third one means temperature range. Then the fourth letter will give you the vehicle equipment with mobile or dependent temperature unit. And the letter X indicates the presence of a clip-on unit. That will close the thing. So look at some examples of the ATP codes as they appear here. So look at it. Insulated equipment, the case, built-in, and all these things. Take your time and look at them closely and understand it. So in a nutshell, that is what ends the refrigerated aspect of what we have to do.